Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of FSI's European Tour Preview. We have the Saudi International powered by SoftBank Investment Advisors. That name could not get any longer than it already is. Let's give a big shout out to Paul Casey, a big ball striking clinic he put on in Dubai this past week. Pretty much blew us away and left no doubt who is winning that golf tournament. So big shout out to him. Hopefully he has a big year ahead of him. Let's see if he could translate that onto PGA greens. But other than that, we have one of the biggest fields in probably European Tour history coming up because of this huge purse that they offer, $3.5 million. This is a pretty cool event, actually, if you really dig into it. Pretty thick rough. Accuracy off the tee is going to matter. There's going to be a little bit of wind. The Red Sea in the backdrop, water, lakes throughout the course. It's really nice course. 77,086 yards, par 70. 138 players going to be in the field. It is Royal Greens Golf and Country Club in King Abdallah Economic City in Saudi Arabia. Another mouthful for you, but really enjoyed breaking this down. Don't believe I did this event last year. We do have 18 of the top 50 in the world golf rankings here at this tournament. Um, I'm really excited for this week. The DraftKings prize pools are pretty juicy. As if you want to get some, if you want to tail some of these picks, maybe as some bets. I don't have the odds, but I'm surely there's going to be some books out there that you're looking into for some good numbers. Maybe if you like what you hear, you can, go ahead and tail the bets, like I said. But yeah, let's just get into some picks. We're going to base all this on DraftKings scoring. In the 10K range, we have Dustin Johnson coming in at a large number at 11.6. This is a pretty hefty price tag. I think it's going to be best for GPPs, but if you think, he's going to replicate his course history, he won the inaugural event. He came in second last year to Graham McDowell. The winning score was only 12 under. Kind of gives you a idea of how this tournament's going to go. It's like I said, pretty tough course, fun course. You're going to have a lot of experience and strategy when it comes to how you're going to play it. But yeah, like I said, DJ's course history is pretty phenomenal for the short sample size that we do have. But I feel like 11.6 is best bet is for GPPs. And if you have DJ in your lineup, you're playing him solely on the fact that he wins the golf tournament. Um, Probably not the best cash strategy because you're going to need some guys, I think, in this 8K range that have just as much upside, winning upside. My favorite play probably in this range is Terrell Hatton, 10.5. He's been on a tear this year in the European Tour. He won in Abu Dhabi a couple weeks ago, finished 22nd last week after he shot 8 under on Friday to make the cut and just absolutely ripped that course to shreds. He's second on tour with third on tour with 1.37 strokes gained approach per round. Not much more needs to be said about Terrell Hatton. He's just playing unbelievable. I think he's one of the youngest golfers to win as in a calendar year, 4 times in a calendar year since the players like Tiger Woods. So anytime you're mentioned in that category, you're going to turn some heads. Looks like Terrell Hatton is becoming a European Tour superstar. Other guys in this range, Bryson is going to get a look at this golf course. I think the risk and reward is too high for a guy like Bryson. He does not care about, you would think the science background, he would care about where he's hitting the golf ball, but this guy's to grip it and rip it. He's going to try to overpower the golf course, and I think that's going to lead to some trouble. So yeah, I'm going to be out on Bryson. 11.2 is another too high of a price tag. If I'm paying up, I'm just going to pay up for DJ. Patrick Reed is going to be coming over after a hard-fought win. I think that's a fade for me. He does play well in Europe. This is not new for him, but going to be off Team Reed. Victor Hovland just had another, 4-course battle with Patrick Reed. I think I'm going to be out on both of those guys, and I think I'm going to leave myself with DJ Hatton and Casey in this top range. 9K, I do like 2 golfers. Sergio Garcia at 9,300. He's been on a ball striking tear. He won the Sanderson Farms in October. He was sixth here last year, sixth last week. I think 9,300 is pretty cheap, and I think that could leave you. You could start a cash build with Hatton, Sergio. Um, he's played already at the TOC at Sony at a 64 on Saturday, so he's playing really well. I do like Sergio a lot. Next guy up is Christian Bezuidenhout at 9,100. I think that's really cheap. Really good guy around the greens, putts pretty well. That's kind of his MO. I think he plays tough courses pretty well. 21st here last year, 12th in Abu Dhabi, 22nd in Dubai. Second on tour this year with 1.39 strokes around. I think Bezuidenhout's a pretty good bet, actually, to win this golf tournament. 8K, I probably sound like a broken record because I tout this guy every week. Robbie McIntyre, 8,900, third last week, second off the tee, top 5 last year off the tee. I think this is going to be pretty pivotal. Keep the ball in the fairway, gain a lot of strokes off the tee. I think if you get yourself into some trouble early, you're going to find yourself on the negative side or on the positive side of the golf scorecard. He did only come in 88th last year, but a lot of short sample sizes for this course history. I like Shane Lowry, 13th last year. He's won a course in tough conditions, as we know, like the British Open. He's kind of like that style of golfer, plays well in tough, thick rough. Another guys I like in this range, Sullivan, Peters, Adri Arnaus. 7K, I like Lucas Herbert at 7,800. Just like Terrell Hatton, he battled back to make that cut line. Ended up finishing 22nd, I believe, the same number. He was 27th here last year. Lucas Herbert definitely pretty good around the greens. A couple of top 10s last year and a win. I think he won last year in Abu Dhabi. Backed it up with a 27th. So could just reverse that this year and win this tournament. I think that's another solid bet. In the 7K range, I also like Justin Harding, Otegi, and Ryan Fox. I like Australians in this event. This is a good wind course. I like the Australian correlation. 6K range, I got my eyes set on a USA golfer, John Catlin, 2-time winner last year. He's only 6,500. I had to really dig deep to see if this is something my eyes didn't believe. But he was 6th around the green on tour last year, stats, 20th in putting and 5th in driving accuracy. I really like that he just keeps it pretty simple from tee to green, and I think that's going to kind of be like that Graham McDowell type of mold where it's plot around the way, use your experience, use what you do best, and I think John Catlin's a pretty good pick, maybe a good long shot bet, maybe a good top 10, top 5 bet. He won an Irish Open last year on Sunday and the Endulika Masters. So really like John Catlin this week is my value play down the 6K range. A couple other guys I like for honorable mention. Wade Ormsley, another Australian. Grant Forrest seems to be a guy that just makes cuts at under 7K. Alexander Bork looks really underpriced. And Scott Jameson is just a European Tour guy I play every week. But that's going to wrap it up for the European Tour preview for this week for the Saudi International. As always, guys, please like this video, subscribe to our content. A ton of good stuff going on right now. We have NASCAR coming up, the Daytona 500s in 2 weeks. We have the hockey puck drop, NBA, European leagues, esports, tons of stuff in this Discord chat. You can follow us on Twitter at FSIDFS. Get access to this Discord and sign up on our website through that Twitter handle. And you can follow me at TKNation47. As always, guys, thank you very much for listening, and have a good night.